all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
This is a presentation of the 2024 NSAA State Baseball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. State baseball coverage is powered by Mullen Motors, Next Ag Appraisal and Realty, Members Own Credit Union, Empire Fence and Netting, High Electric, and Union Bank and Trust. Now, calling all the action, here's Nick Sainert.
Game 4 in the last 48 hours or so here on 93.7 The Ticket. I should say in the last 24 hours or so here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert coming at you from Warner Park up here in Omaha as we were joined by Austin Norman for the first game of the day. Austin had to step away, so it's just me here in Game 2 of your Saturday morning. Good one on deck. I expect it to be a lot closer than maybe the first one was this morning between the number 4 seed, the Beatrice Orangemen, and the number 5 seed in Class B, the Waverly Vikings. Waverly coming in with a record of 17-7, while Beatrice 15-6 on the 2024 season. Both these two teams probably feel like they lost a couple of games that they shouldn't have. Waverly most notably and most recently against Lincoln Northwest had a chance to be a much higher seed, but ultimately ended up losing in their districts to Lincoln Northwest. And because of that, man, really set them back in the seed potential. But they are still a 5 seed and still feel like they have what it takes to compete for a Class B state championship. For the winner of this game, they get the tall task of playing the team we just witnessed, Run Rule Lincoln Northwest, earlier this morning in Norris. The Norris Titans with a dominating 13-2 victory over the Falcons of Lincoln Northwest earlier this morning. Let's get you rolling with the starting lineups first. For the visitors, who will be hitting first, the Waverly Vikings. They're going to lead off with number 4, the center fielder, Hunter Tomes. Tomes, a junior, hitting .385 with 14 runs driven in. Number 3, Landon Oakey, a senior, hitting .309, will hit second. Number 18, Elijah Russell, a senior infielder, hitting .324 with a long ball and 22 runs driven in, is slotted in that third position. And a hitting cleanup, number 2, Bruin Sampson, a junior, .382 average with no home runs, but 19 runs driven in. The rest of the lineup looks like this. Number 5, Garrett Ryan will be doing for the Waverly Vikings. And then also hitting 6th is number 11, Drew Cook for the Waverly Vikings. We'll get to the rest of the lineup in just a moment. Beatrice on the mound is going to be starting Cale Cook, 3-0 record, 1.93 earned run average for him in this season. I was talking to Waverly assistant Logan Foster. Yes, Logan Foster, former Husker and Texas A&M baseball player. Logan Foster was telling me that before the game, when they played Beatrice before, they struggle against off-speed. Waverly does. Waverly struggles against a lot of off-speed pitching. And so we'll see if for Beatrice, if Cale Cook decides to dial up maybe some off-speed, try to get the Waverly hitters off balance here early on in this one. We'll step aside, come back in 30 seconds, and we'll have first pitch for the Orangemen and the Vikings when we return on 93.7 The Ticket.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Coaches are meeting at home plate. We're almost ready to get underway here for the number 4 seed Beatrice Orangemen and the number 5 seed, the Waverly Vikings. As at the plate, 2 head coaches in Zach Decker for Beatrice and Jerry Dittenber for the Waverly Vikings. Joining Coach Dittenber is number 18 for Waverly, Elijah Russell, the senior infielder, getting the start at third base out there as well at home plate. The field for Beatrice will look like this. Cale Cook is on the mound. As I mentioned a moment ago, 3-0 on the season, a 1.93 earned run average. He's actually hitting first in the Beatrice lineup here today. It's going to be Mangle out in left field, Reason in center field, Henning in right field. In the infield from third to first, it will be Weichel at third, Baldwin at short, Hamilton at second, Walter at third, and behind the dish doing the catching is number 8, Noah Jobman. So the meeting has concluded. The umpires are having their final conversation, taking a picture, and we are almost ready to start the warm-up pitches. So for Waverly in the top half of the first, it'll be Hunter Tomes, whose sister Malia is currently a freshman on the Husker softball team. Nebraska softball fell, unfortunately, last night or yesterday afternoon to the Indiana Hoosiers. And so their season is potentially over. Their trip to the Big Ten tournament is over for Husker softball, but sitting around RPI in the mid to upper 40s, and we'll see if that's enough to get them into the NCAA softball regionals. But ultimately now, Hunter and his family were worried about winning and capturing a state championship. Hunter, a junior, hitting .385, 0 home runs, 14 runs driven in. He has 30 hits still on the season. Where's number 4? Outfit updates. Beatrice in their black hats with the the O on the front of the hat. White jerseys with a little bit of black striping down the center on each side surrounding the buttons. Orange letters and numbers with a name on the back of their jersey. Don't see that very often at the high school level, as names on the back of their jersey. Just because a lot of times high schools reuse their jerseys. So you have it there. All right, so once again, Cook will be on the mound. One thing I do notice is behind the plate, Jobman, really strong arm for Noah Jobman behind the plate. All right, Hunter Tomes steps into the box, and we are ready to go for Waverly. They're in their black uniforms with white striping around the neck and the sleeves. White letters and numbers with that Waverly logo on the left chest on the front. White pants for both sides and various helmet and cleat colors. Here we go as Cook delivers, fires. Tomes will bunt it down the third base line. It's a really good bunt. Tomes trying to beat it out, and he does, as Hunter Tomes is able on one pitch to drag bunt it down the third base line, and he was able to get to first base in time. He is safe at first, and the Vikings have their first base runner of the day. So first pitch of the game is a bunt down the third base line. And the first pitch of the at-bat to number 3, Landon Olkey, is a ball low and away, 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. The Vikings of Waverly up here in the top of the first. The 1-0 offering is swung, hit well out to center field. There's a slight wind pushing it farther back. The center fielder has completely lost it, and it is down right in front of the warning track. Tomes sprinting around third. They cut it off. They throw it to third. Tomes will score, and Olkey is in there with a RBI triple. And Waverly strikes first here in the top of the first inning. That was a ball off the back of Olkey that was hit extremely well. It was hit really well. The center fielder for Beatrice, Reeson, just lost it as that wind was continuing to push it farther and farther back. And Waverly is up 1-0. Off-speed pitch heading my way, and it bounces into my section, in fact. And so just about 4 yards away from me. Foul ball, 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike here. 1-0 Waverly. Fastball up, away, ball 1. So Tomes gets the inning started with a drag bunt down the third base line and an RBI triple for the Vikings. An off-speed pitch not able to work itself back into the zone, so it'll be 2 balls and 1 strike coming up for Eli Russell, the starting third baseman, senior for Waverly. Cook delivers. It swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes coming up. And Cale Cook, if he can bounce back and hold Waverly to just 1 run, you're going to feel pretty good about that if you're the Beatrice Orangemen. Cook fires, swung on and missed in the dirt. The catcher throws over to first. Runner is breaking for home. The throw home is not in time. And on the drop third strike, they throw it to first, so it counts as a strikeout. But Olkey scores on the throw from the catcher to first. He scores, and that extends the Waverly lead to 2-0. So now the cleanup hitter. Number 2, Bruin Sampson checks in as he will step up to the plate. First pitch is too high for a ball, ball 1. One-0 offering in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. So Russell's goes down as a swinging strikeout. And then 2-3 on the putout. Now this one fouled straight back for strike 2. But once again, Olkey with a little bit of aggressiveness, which is a bold decision when you have only 1 out with a runner 90 feet away. But aggressiveness wins games, I suppose. And Olkey was able to swipe home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the first inning. Waverly, the 5 seed in this Class B state tournament bracket. Swung on. Floater into shallow right field. The second baseman ranges over and is able to collect it for out number 2. Brings up the 5th hitter in the Waverly lineup. Number 5, Drew Cook. The catcher today, hitting .324 on the year. 1 home run, 11 runs driven in. This is Cale Cook on the mound. Drew Cook in the batter's box. Righty on righty matchup. Swung on and missed as it was at eye level. And it's 0-1. Cale Cook out of the windup. Fires the 0-1 and it drills him. So a hit by pitch as Cook will take first base. That is the first free pass that Cale Cook has allowed today. So a hit by pitch, and Cook will take first base. The courtesy runner for the catcher is number 15, James Schmidt. So after the hit by pitch, that brings up number 1, Nolan Moz, a senior hitting .298. No home runs, 14 runs driven in for Moz on the campaign. First pitch to the at-bat, catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Moz, the designated hitter today, hitting for their pitcher, who is Brennan Miller. Moss steps back into that right-handed batter's box with the courtesy runner at first base. 0-1 pitch is low and away for a ball, 1-1. One ball, one strike, and that fastball is just outside for a ball, 2-1. Mid-70s here at Warner. 2 balls, 1 strike. Cook delivers. Off-speed pitch that is low and away for a ball, 3-1. A lot of that reason the fans don't like that call for a ball on the 2-1 pitch. Well, the catcher behind the dish in Jobman needs to do a better job of holding that pitch. He allowed his forearm a little weak there to kind of come down with that off-speed pitch. And that pitch is a ball 4. So another walk for Cale Cook, and Schmidt will advance to second on the base on balls. Brings up the second baseman, number 7, Zach Shawang, a senior hitting .360, 18 hits and 50 at-bats for Shawang. Once again, so much of getting a strike call. Got to have strong wrist and a forearm behind the dish. Now a pass ball as it gets away from the catcher, Jobman, and Waverly runners will move up 90 feet. So Schmidt goes to third, and Maz goes to second. You want to talk about putting up a potential crooked number? Here you are. If you're Zach Shawang saying, I have 2 runners within 180 feet of home plate. 1 at second and 1 at third. Base hit could potentially make it a 4-0 ball game in the top of the first. He swings and misses at that one. It's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike delivery. Fouled back my way once again, just over my head. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Big opportunity for Cale Cook to get out of the inning, and he buries a breaking ball low and away for ball 2. Shawang, the 7-hitter in the Waverly Vikings lineup. McElhoose is on deck. The 2-2 fouled back, and we'll do it again. Two balls, 2 strikes, the kick and fire, and swung on and missed. It's a drop third strike, so they'll have to complete the play at first, and Jobman throws to Walters, and that will do it for the top of the first inning as Shawang strikes out swinging. However, damage has been done for the Waverly Vikings. They score 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 left on base. It's time we go to the bottom of the first inning for the Beatrice Orangemen. Cook, Mangle, and Baldwin due up for the Orangemen when we come back in the bottom of the first inning from Warner Park, and you're listening to State Baseball on 93.7 The Ticket.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
So Waverly strikes first in the top of the first inning, and they now turn to Brennan Miller on the on the mound. 4-0 record, 1.73 earned run average against a Beatrice lineup that can hurt you. As multiple guys with multiple home runs on the season. And they're going to start off actually with their pitcher. And Cale Cook coming to the plate to hit. He leads off for them, number 7. Cale Cook hitting .357. 5 home runs on the year, 22 runs driven in. Mangle, number 5, Colin Magnol, is hitting second, while Austin Baldwin, the sophomore, hits third. And the catcher, Noah Jobman, hitting .322 and 7 home runs, hitting in the cleanup spot. Miller, a right-handed thrower, while Cook is a right-handed hitter. Righty-on-righty matchup. First pitch is fouled. It's going to get into the seats. Potentially. Now it works itself back into the field of play. And the way that just illustrates the wind that's kind of gotten a little stronger here at Warner Park is it was going towards the Beatrice dugout on the third baseline. It looked like it was going to bounce on top of the dugout. But then I saw it from my point of view standing on the first baseline. It kind of started to drift back into the field of play. But no play was able to be made. It's strike one. The wind blowing it directly now to right center field, which allowed that to be brought back into the field of play. And that's a strike. 0-1 makes it 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on, shallow fly ball. Third baseman ranging over and completes it for the catch. And out number 1, F5 on the putout. Catch was made by Russell over there, Eli Russell. Now brings up number 5, Colin Magnol. Magnol, a senior left fielder. Hitting .339, 1 long ball, 18 runs driven in. First pitch is just outside for a ball, 1-0. 1-0 offering. Up and away, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out. It's bottom of the first. Up and away, ball 3. Brennan Miller, 4-0 on the year, just a sub-2 ERA. The 3-0 pitch is right down Broadway for a strike, 3-1, as Magnol was taking the entire way. 3 balls, 1 strike to Magnol. Now he takes strike 2, same exact location. And now, if you're Brennan Miller, who's back up on the bump and ready to go from the windup, you're saying, time to roll, let's strike him out. And he does. So Magnol goes down looking after 3 straight strikes were thrown. Brings up number 6, Austin Baldwin, the sophomore infielder, getting the start at shortstop today. Baldwin, .362 average with 2 home runs. This one fouled back to the netting, 0-1. 2-0 Waverly on 2 hits in that top of the first inning. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here, bottom of the first. 0-1 offering, a fastball right on the corner, 0-2. Brennan Miller getting right back up on that bump. 0-2 pitch in the bottom of the first. Fastball up, trying to get Baldwin to chase, unable to do so. It's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Miller, the pitch. Swung on and missed. Oh, they're going to say he held up. Looked like the umpire pointed at the batter saying that he went around. From my vantage point, it looked like he did. They appealed down to first, and he did not go, so ball 2. Apologies on that one. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch swung on, drilled out to right center field. Tomes is ranging over, gives a look at the wall, has plenty of room, and corrals it for out number 3. So F8 on the putout, And that will do it for our first inning of play. After one inning of play, Waverly leads 2-0. It's 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up for Waverly in the top half of the second inning here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Nick Sander back with you from Warner Park as Waverly back up to bat here in the top of the second inning. 2-0, the Vikings lead over the Beatrice Orangemen. Waverly was able to get 2 hits in that first inning. They had a leadoff bunt down the third base line by Hunter Tomes and then an RBI triple by Olkey. And then on a drop third strike, Olkey came in to score. So Cale Cook back onto the mound. First pitch of the at-bat is a ball low and away to the 8-hitter in the Waverly lineup, number 19, Zach McElhose. The 0-1-0 pitch is swung on and missed for a strike, 1-1. One ball, one strike, swung on, floater to second base, and a diving grab. Plucks it out of the air by the second baseman for Beatrice Hamilton. And that is out number 1 as Cook is able to take care of McElhose. So out number 1 brings up the 9th hitter in the Waverly lineup, number 5, Garrett Ryan. Ryan is a senior outfielder hitting .298 on the season. 0 home runs, 7 RBIs for Garrett Ryan. He takes ball 1 up. 1-0 pitch is low and away for a ball, 2-0. Quickly here to Garrett Ryan. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Top of the second inning, Waverly holds a 2-0 lead. As grounder to the shortstop, fielded cleanly. He takes a pump, and it took too long to get over to first base as Ryan was able to beat that one out. That will go as a hit for the Vikings. Hunter Tomes up to hit. He had that drag bunt down the third baseline or in between the third baseman and pitcher, and now because of that, the third baseman for Beatrice will come into the cut of the grass. Tomes the lefty hitter, Cook the righty thrower. First pitch up and away for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. 2-0 Waverly here on 3 hits. Cook delivers. Same spot, same result, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. With Ryan on first base after an infield single. Swung on and missed on the fastball in the inner half, and it's 2-1. Ryan with a 3-step lead off at first base. Walter holding him on. The 2-1 pitch, low and in, ball 3. The third baseman for Beatrice, Weichel, is playing just behind the cut of the infield grass here at Warner. Cook from the stretch. Comes together at the hip, fires home, and it's ball 4. Hunter Tomes walks. So on the walk, that means Ryan moves to second base. That brings up Olkey. Landon Olkey hitting .309, no home runs, collected his 17th RBI of the season in the first inning. Now has a runner at second and a runner at first base. Waverly trying to add on to their 2-run lead here in the top of the second. Cook comes set, off-speed pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Vikings lead 2-0 here in the top of the second inning. The Cook pitch is up out of the zone, ball 1. 1 out here in the top of the second. It came in the leadoff hitter of the inning, and Zach McElhose. He flew out popped out rather, to the second baseman. Breaker made Olkey buckle at the knees. It's now 1-2. This will be a big out for Cale Cook if he can retire Olkey. Olkey with that RBI triple in the first. And Olkey called time right before the pitch, and it was awarded to him. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Cook comes set at the belt, fires home, and it's a strikeout, but a drop third strike. It goes all the way to the backstop, and he will make it to first base. So once again, that wasn't even a ball in dirt. That just went out of the glove of Jobman, the catcher. However, they may call him out because I think he threw his bat. Yep, they're going to call him out because he threw his bat back. And so, therefore, that is out number 2. So, on the pass ball or drop third strike, Ryan moves up to third and Tomes moves up to second. Strikeout swinging for Olkey, and out number 2. Brings up the 3-hole hitter, Eli Russell. Ball in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Cook on the mound, while Russell stands in that right-hander's batter's box. The pitch on 1-0, breaking ball, does not work far enough down, and makes it 2 balls, no strikes. Two-0 offering, also upstairs, ball 3. On deck, number 2, Bruin Sampson, the Waverly cleanup hitter. .382 average, standing in that on-deck circle. The 3-0 pitch, right down Broadway, 3-1. Sampson, in his first appearance, flew out to the second baseman in shallow right field. But here, Russell still up to bat. And the 3-1 offering is in there for a strike. Russell thought that it was going to be ball 4. He chucked his bat towards the dugout and started trotting on down to first base, and the umpire called him right back. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Waverly leads 2-0 over the Orangemen. The payoff pitch, breaking ball, missed it. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch way in the dirt, and that's a walk for Russell. So now the bases are loaded for the cleanup hitter, Bruin Sampson. Sampson starting at first base defensively for Waverly. And we're going to have a brief stoppage in play while Beatrice runs a couple of guys to the bullpen out here in center field. Looks like number 16, Trevin Lang, is trotting on out there. Lang will go start to warm up. He is 3-1 on the season with a 2.46 earned run average. Going to have a full mound visit now. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Nick Sater back with you from Warner Park in Omaha, 2-0. Waverly with the bases loaded in a 2-run lead. Now the cleanup hitter, Bruin Sampson, up to bat. First pitch on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Sampson flew out to shallow right field in the first inning. The 0-1 offering, upstairs, 1-1. Ryan is on third, Tomes is on second, and Russell is on first, while Sampson is in that right-handed batter's box. The righty-righty matchup swung on, fouled back our way. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Cook. And he did not go around, so ball 2. Cook has tried to get Waverly to kind of fish for those. Ball in the dirt, way outside of the zone, but it just hasn't been productive. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs, swung on, hit well out to center field. The center fielder ranging back, stops and drops it. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. Russell running around third, and he will score. It's a bases clearing RBI double for Bruin Sampson, and Waverly jumps out to a 5-0 lead. That is the second ball that we've seen misplayed in center field, as it's been a tough morning for Reeson out there in center field. He got beat on one in the first inning off the bat of Olkey, and now Sampson is able to get a 2-out double there to clear the bases and break this one open. First pitch, fouled back directly below us. Everybody seems to be okay, so we'll do it again at 0-1 here. The 0-1 pitch in there for a strike, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sampson at second base, getting his lead. The pitch swung on, hit towards the 5-6 hole. Good diving stop by the shortstop, throws from a knee. He will not be in time as it was beaten out by Cook. And that'll be an infield single for number 11, Drew Cook. Sampson does advance to third on the infield single. If shortstop was playing in normal position, that would have been no issue for the Beatrice Orangemen's shortstop, Baldwin. However, he was tasked with holding on Sampson at second, so he had to run quite a ways and cover a lot of ground just to even make a diving stop on that one. Nolan Maas steps into the plate. He's doing the designated hitting today. Maas walked and made it to second his first time up to bat. 2 outs here, top of the second inning. Beatrice throws, runner goes, and they'll just have the pitcher cut it off. The runner at third, Sampson, didn't even flinch. Ball 1 on the pitch to Maas. Does not go as a stolen base. Cook fires home, swung on and missed by Maas, 1-1. So Bruin Sampson's at third. Now Cook is at second, which, in fact, the courtesy runner Schmidt is at second. Head high fastball swung on and missed by Maz. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schwang is in the on deck circle. He ended the first inning. The 1-2 offering from Cook to Maz. Breaking ball. And it was just upstairs, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch, and that one is good in the zone. And Maz goes down looking. So strikeout backwards K for Cook for out number 3 in the top of the second inning. But once again, Waverly strikes as they get 3 runs in the top of the second inning. They extend their lead to 5. They lead the Beatrice Orangemen 5-0 here at Warner Park as the pitcher, Brennan Miller, jumps back out there for his second inning of work. We'll be back in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
It's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
It is the bottom of the second inning here from Warner Park. Appreciate you guys listening on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Appreciate Ben back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. And appreciate Austin Orman for coming and joining me this morning on the morning game. So 5-0 is where we stand currently. As now stepping in is the catcher, Jobman, as he ropes one into left field down for a base hit. So Jobman gets the leadoff single here in the bottom of the second inning. And instantly they'll bring in a courtesy runner for the catcher. Brings up number 28, Trayton Henning. Henning playing right field today, hits .324 on the season. 1 long ball, 13 runs driven in 68 at-bats. That base knock was Beatrice's first hit of the day. Henning showing bunt, whiffs at it. The back pick to first would have been in time if it was an accurate throw. The courtesy runner is Trayson Russell, and he had gotten about 40 feet off the bag when Henning whiffed on the bunt. Quick pick over to first, not in time. Russell is back safely. Miller comes set at the belt, fires, swung on and missed. And the count is 0-2 quickly after Henning whiffed on a bunt and then swung right through that fastball. Brennan Miller, 4-0 on the year, 1.73 earned run average on the season. Takes a breath, fires away on the 0-2 pitch, fouled back, and that one will fall just short of the press box. Nice catch by a fan sitting right below the press box. And we'll do it again at 0-2. Miller comes set, fires, foul back once again. This one will hit the press box and come right back down. And the fourth pitch of the at-bat was also a foul ball, so we'll do it again at 0, no balls and 2 strikes. Russell still at first, Miller on the mound for the Waverly Vikings. The 0-2 offering just low and away for a ball, 1-2. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Vikings scored 2 in the first, 3 in the top of the second. Orangemen trying to cut into that lead. Miller fires, swung on, hit. Pretty routine out to right field. The right fielder running over, stops, halts, and grabs it for out number 1 as Russell retreats to first base. So F9 on the scorebook for out number 1, and that brings up number 3, the second baseman, Luke Hamilton. Hamilton, a senior, hitting 185, 54 at-bats on the year, just 10 hits, and only 3 RBIs. No balls, no strikes, 1 out here, bottom of the second inning. 5-0, Waverly with a lead. First pitch of the at-bat to Hamilton is low, out of the zone, ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Quick pick over to first. No dice as Russell slides back in there head first. Hamilton showing bunt, pulls back, swings. It's a one-hopper to first baseman. He'll turn, throw it to second. It's an errant throw, goes into left field. And so all runners are safe. As those plays are difficult, you have to create a lane if you're a first baseman or any fielder in that case. You have to create some sort of a lane so that you're not throwing over the runner's head. However, if you're the base runner, you go right to where, in this case, the shortstop's glove was, because you're trying to either take that baseball off the back, off the helmet, disrupt that throw in any way possible. So Hamilton will reach on an error by the first baseman. Runners at first and second now for Gage Wolter, who bunts it down the third baseline, but it will tail foul. Interesting decision here with 1 out already on the books that Gage Wolter is going to bunt, or showing bunt at least. Wolter, the first baseman, showing bunt again as he bunts this one foul, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here to Gage Wolter, the first baseman. Left-handed hitter facing the righty pitcher. Fastball way up and away, ball 1. Miller comes set out of the stretch. Runners on first and second. Lifts the leg and fires, and it's strike 3 on the outside corner. And that is out number 2 in the form of a backwards K as Brennan Miller gets Gage Wolter down on strikes. John Reesing chucks up to the box. The right-handed hitter playing center field today. Swings, fouls this one back, 0-1. Oh, 0-1 offering is low and away, ball 1. Reeson, a junior, hitting .218, 12 hits and 55 at-bats. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom of the second. And we have a timeout at the plate. Step back in, we're ready to go. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Orangemen have runners on first and second. And that pitch low and away for a ball, 2-1. Reesing, the 8-hitter in the Orangemen lineup. Swung on, grounded to second, and they will touch the bag for out number 3. So a 6U on the putout as the shortstop for Waverly, Olkey, touched second base for the Force and out number 3. That'll do it for the second inning. After 2 innings of play, Waverly leads 5-0 over Beatrice. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Nick Sainer back with you. Nick Sainer back with you from Warner Park. The book is closed now on Cale Cook, the Beatrice starting pitcher. Came into the day 3-0 on the season with a 1.93 earned run average. However, his day is done. He finishes with 2 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 5 earned runs. Beatrice now turns to Trevin Lang. Lang out of the bullpen, 3-1 on the year, a 2.46 earned run average, throws from the right side. He will be tasked with facing 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the Waverly lineup: Shawang, McElhose, and Rhine. So Waverly, 5 runs on 5 hits, no errors here through 2 innings of play. Beatrice, no runs on 1 hit and 1 error. That lone hit came from Jobman to lead off inning number 2 on a line drive to left field. Zach Shawang checks in. He is the first hitter of the 3rd inning here. Top of the 3rd, 5-0 Waverly with a lead, and up to bat now in the visiting half of the 3rd. First baseman playing in on the grass. The pitch is behind Shawang. A little bit of a funky delivery and slot for Trevin Lang. As the 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. I also think that Beatrice has made a defensive substitution. It looks like Gage Walter has been replaced at first base. However, until Walter's spot comes up in the lineup, there will be no official substitution or report. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Shawang the batter, and the pitch goes to the backstop, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here at Warner Park as Lang from the windup swung on and fouled back to the netting. We'll do it again at 2-2. The wind has somewhat changed directions, going directly out to right field now. It started the day going directly out to center, and it's gradually worked its way farther to the right, so the south, as that 2-2 offering is low and away for a ball, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes to Shawang. And Lang strikes them out on a fastball on the outer half for out number 1. So a backwards K for Shawang. That's his second strikeout of the day. He struck out swinging back in the first, now strikes out looking in the third. That brings up Maklos, who flew out to the second baseman in the second inning. The first pitch, outside, ball one. 5-0 Waverly. 5 hits for the Vikings, 1 for the Orangemen. 1 out here in the top of the third. The 1-0 offering is outside, ball 2. We saw earlier in the day, Norris with a commanding 13-2 victory over the Lincoln Northwest Falcons. Norris dropped 6 runs in the first and 7 in the third. As it is now 3-0 to the 8-hitter in the Vikings lineup, Maklos. Trevin Lang on the mound. He relieved Cale Cook, who was the starter, but now he dishes out a 4-pitch walk to Maklos. That brings up the 9-hitter in the Waverly lineup. Number 5, the left fielder, Garrett Ryan, hitting .298 on the season, 7 RBIs in 48 at-bats. Maklos occupies first base. I mentioned that it looked like Gage Wolters had been replaced at first base. It looks like Cale Cook has come in to play first base. As that pitch is low and away for a ball, 1-0. 5 straight balls thrown by Trevin Lang. Maklos leading off with first. Out of the stretch, it's Lang. Off-speed pitch right down Broadway for a strike, 1-1. Garrett Ryan singled back in the second inning. He then got to second base on a walk to Hunter Tomes, who sits in the on-deck circle, and then advanced to third on a pass ball. Ultimately scored back in that second inning. Runner goes, throw down to second, is high and not in time as Maklos slides in and swipes second safely. That ball was a strike to Garrett Ryan. Jobman, the catcher, has a strong enough arm, just wasn't the most accurate that time. So Maklos now stands at second base with 1 out here in the top of the third. 1-2 count to Ryan. Ball in the dirt, blocked behind the dish by Jobman, and we do it at 2-2. Shadows starting to take over here at Warner Park. Now the sun peeks through the clouds right before the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the third inning. 5-0 Waverly. Runner on second. Here's the pitch, and it's behind Garrett Ryan. So Ryan works a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, with Maklos on second base after the stolen bag. Hunter Tomes, the leadoff hitter in the Waverly lineup, stands in the on-deck circle. The pitch, and it's up and away for ball 4. Back-to-back walks here for Trevin Lang. Nobody is working currently in the Beatrice bullpen. Hunter Tomes, though, comes up to plate. He is 1 for 1 today. He had that nice surprise drag bunt back in the first down the third baseline. Showed really late, and the third baseman just wasn't paying attention. First pitch of the game, he beat out an infield bunt. Then he walked back in the second. He tries it again, fouls it back to the screen, 0-1. Tomes then came around to score both of those times. 0-1 pitch from Trevin Lang. It hits the outside corner, 0-2. Tomes on the year, 385. The average has gone slightly up since the start of this game. No home runs, but 14 runs driven in. Righty thrower, lefty hitter. Tomes from the left side, swings, hits this one opposite field, shallow left center field. The left fielder ranging over, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So F7 on the putout for out number 2 brings up number 3, Landon Olkey. Olkey had that RBI triple back in the first inning that ended up scoring Tomes. Hit it well over the center fielder's head, just right in front of the warning track. Two outs here in the top of the third inning. Trevin Lang trying to work out a couple of back-to-back walks. The first pitch swung on, soft dribbler to third base. Third baseman picks it up, steps on the third base bag for the force, and that will retire the side. So in the top of the third inning, Trevin Lang comes in, has back-to-back walks issued, however, does not do any harm as he gets a ground out and a fly out to wrap up the Waverly portion of the third inning. We turn to the bottom of the third. When we come back, it'll be 9-1-2 hitters in the Beatrice lineup as Brennan Miller trots back out onto the mound for Waverly to face Beatrice in the bottom of the third inning. We'll be back in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Nick Sander back with you from Warner Park in Omaha. 5-0 Waverly leads over the Orangemen of Beatrice. Brennan Miller back out there for his third inning of work. He's allowed just one hit through 2 innings. No runs, and Waverly holding on to a 5-0 lead. Miller working out of the windup. First up is Weichel, the third baseman. The first pitch to Weichel is up and in, ball 1. Winner of this game gets Norris on Monday as the umpire just took it square off the chest. The batter missed it, the catcher missed it, and the umpire just took it right off the chest protector. It was a strike, though, but the umpire not feeling the greatest right now. One ball, one strike. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the third. The infield has met as the umpire just works through it here. Once again, so Weichel swung and missed, and then the catcher missed the baseball as well. So umpire got drilled right above the left pectoral, if you will. But he seems to be okay. We're ready to go. And the count will be 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and we're ready to go again. Miller steps up to the rubber. Here comes the windup and the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. It was coming back right in front of me. I stopped talking because I thought I was going to have to make a play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on this one, hit well out to center field. Tomes racing over, and he'll grab it on a line for out number 1. So a line out to the center fielder brings up the top of the order, Cale Cook. Cook started the day at pitcher, then transitioned over to first base. Hitting leadoff, Beatrice Jr. hitting .357, 5 long balls, 22 runs driven in for the junior. Here's the pitch foul back to the netting, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 offering. Outside, ball one. One ball, one strike, one out. The 1-1 pitch just outside, 2-1. Two runs in the first, 3 in the second for Waverly. And it's 5-0 Vikings. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out coming up for Waverly. And the pitcher, while the hitter is Cale Cook. Cale flew out to the third baseman in the first inning. And the 3-1 pitch is swung at, fouled back into the glove of the catcher, 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Miller delivers, and it is up and in, ball 4. So Cale Cook will take his free bag. Next up for the Beatrice Orangemen, the left fielder number 5, Colin Magnol. A senior hitting .339 this season. 1 home run for Magnol. He struck out looking back in the first. So Cook leads off from first. The delivery inside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the third. Miller lifts the leg and fires, and that one hit the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Cook is on first base. Miller comes from the stretch, and he hits that one. It's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Colin Magnol. And we have a balk called on Brennan Miller. He did not come set. He did not stay set long enough. He's got to pause for at least 1 second. And so that is a free pass to Cook. And we redo the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cook now advances to second base. A base hit could score him as Miller fires. This one hit well into the left center gap. That's going to be down. Cook will score as Magnol rounds first. The throw into second is not in time. And Beatrice is on the board on the RBI double. But now Colin Magnol is hurt out at second base. So Magnol gets the RBI double on a nice piece of hitting to the opposite field. He hits it into the left center gap. Cale Cook came around to score. But now Colin Magnol, as he slid into second base, they're looking at something on his hand. And so with that headfirst slide, jammed his finger, whatever it may have happened, he is currently laying on his back at second base. Nonetheless, though, 5-1 is your score now. It will be Baldwin who is due up, the 3-hole hitter for the Beatrice Orangemen. Baldwin flew out to the center field to end the first inning. And it looks like Magnol is going to be okay as he stands up. Might just get some tape on that finger or those fingers. But nonetheless, if you're Beatrice, nice job. RBI single from Magnol. Or excuse me, RBI double rather from Magnol. So there you have it. Cook came around to score. Due up for the Orangemen now in the bottom of the third inning is the shortstop, number 6, Austin Baldwin, the sophomore, hitting .362. Flew out to the center fielder back in the first inning. So at second base, it is Magnol. One out here, bottom of the third. Baldwin, the hitter. Miller, the pitcher. Righty-righty matchup. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good stop behind the dish, and it's ball one. One ball, no strikes, one out. Low and away, ball two. Two balls, no strikes as the sun peeks through some of the clouds here at Warner Park. 2-0 pitch, fouled back. 2-1. Two balls, one strike here from Miller. Brennan Miller fires home. This one hit well out to left center field. Still going. That's going to be well into the gap. And it 3-hops the fence. Around third to score is Magnol. Around second, heading for third and sliding into third safely is Austin Baldwin. An RBI triple for Austin Baldwin gives him his 19th RBI of the season. And the sophomore has made it a 5-2 ball game. So Mangle came around from second to score. Baldwin makes it to third, and we have a conversation on the mound as a couple of guys will jog out to the center field bullpen. It looks like Owen Schieffer will start to warm up out in center field. Let's step aside for 30 seconds and come right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
So now it's time for the cleanup hitter, Jobman, the catcher, to come up to the plate as he gets drilled, and Jobman gives him a look as he walks down the first base line. It came in and hit Jobman on the left arm, and now Jobman having a conversation with the first base umpire, but now a courtesy runner as Jobman trots off the field after a hit by pitch. So runners on the corners for Beatrice, still one out. Russell is still the courtesy runner. That brings up Trayson Henning. Henning getting the start in right field today. He flew out to the right fielder as well back in the second inning. Runner goes from first to second. It will be cut off by the shortstop, so no real attempt to throw him out at second. And the pitch was a strike, so 0-1 is the count. No balls, one strike, one out, as the infield still playing normal depth here with runners on second and third. The pitch swung on, hit shallow infield left side, and it is caught for out number 2 by the third baseman, Russell. So now Hamilton comes up to hit for Beatrice. Runner still on second and third. 2 outs now in the bottom of the third inning. Miller delivers. It's a fastball on the inner half for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is swung at and missed for 0-2. Hamilton, the second baseman. Luke, 185 on the season. Just 3 RBIs. The 0-2 offering from Miller. Inside, ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed, and Brennan Miller mitigates the damage as he's able to allow them just 2 runs. He strands runners on second and third, and we go to the top of the 4th inning with Waverly leading 5-2. We'll be back in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
The winds have shifted back to just right center field here at Warner Park as we are getting ready for the top of the 4th inning. Due up for the Vikings will be number 18, the third baseman, Eli Russell. Russell walked his last time up to bat. He came around and scored. He struck out swinging back in the first. So here we are in the top of the 4th inning. Vikings of Waverly lead 5-2 over Beatrice. The first pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. The 0-1 offering. Breaking ball works itself back to the plate for a strike, 0-2. Trevin Lane still out there for Beatrice after relieving Cale Cook as he works out of the windup. Here comes Trevin Lane, and fastball up and in for a ball, 1-2. The 1-2 offering from Lang swung on foul back. We'll do it again at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out here, top of the 4th inning. Winner of this one gets Norris. The loser faces off against Lincoln Northwest. Lang, foul tip, and strikeout as the catcher, Jobman, caught that one to retire Russell for his second strikeout of the day and out number 1 here in the top of the 4th inning. So that gives way for Bruin Sampson. Sampson had a RBI double back in the second. Sampson takes strike 1 on the inner half, 0-1. Sampson was then held at third base, stranded at third base. The 0-1 offering is a ball, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, low and in, 2-1. Energy at Warner somewhat down right now. Hasn't been down the last 2 days, but pretty quiet here as Sampson hits one well out to center field. Camping under it is the center fielder Reeson, and he collects it for out number 2. So F8 on the scorecard. And that gives way for number 11, the catcher, Drew Cook. 324 average for the junior. Cook had a hit by pitch back in the first inning. He then got on base via the walk, I believe, in the second inning. Rather, a single back in the second inning. I apologize. 0-2 count coming up for Drew Cook. Trevin Lang trying to work a clean inning for the second inning in a row. It goes through the legs of the catcher. Ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the fourth inning. Waverly leads 5-2 over the Beatrice Orangemen. Lang from the windup fires, and Jobman misses the ball once again. It goes to the backstop, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the fourth inning. Lang fires, delivers, and this one hit out to right center field. The right fielder ranging over, has time, and collects it for out number 3. So a second straight clean inning for Trevin Lang gives way to the Beatrice 7, 8, and 9 hitters when we come back. In the bottom of the fourth inning, Waverly still leads 5-2 here on 93.7 The Ticket.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Nick Sander back with you from Warner Park in Omaha. 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Appreciate you guys listening. Wherever you may be, feel free to chime in on the text line where you guys may be listening from. Ben back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios, pushing all the buttons. Appreciate him. Thanks to Austin Norman for joining me for the morning game. He'll join me tentatively on Monday as well, as we have 4 games coming your way over the course of Monday morning and afternoon. 5-2 your score as we enter the bottom of the fourth inning. It'll be Gage Wolter due up here first, as Wolter moved to the DH after Cale Cook came in as the first baseman rather. The first one was a ball. This one now skied high, foul. There's a lot more room here at Warner Park, but this one still gets into the seats, just out of play on the left field side. So Wolter will trot on back down to home plate and do it again at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Nobody out here, bottom of the fourth inning. Wolter, the left-handed hitter. Miller, the right-hander. Low and in, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Miller delivers. Swung on. This will be down for a hit in center field as Gage Walters has a leadoff single here to get things going in the bottom of the 4th inning. So Walter is able to get a leadoff single up the middle. Middle infield works to double play depth, and the hitter is going to be John Reesing, the center fielder. Reesing grounded into a fielder's choice. Now he bunts it down the right side. He will do his job, and Reesing sacrifices his at-bat to move Walter into scoring position. Walter will be at second base. And Weekle is up to bat. Righty on righty matchup. Swung on, fouled off to the left side. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 5-2 is your score. Waverly out in front by 3. The pitch, breaking ball, just never broke, and it stayed up 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bottom of the 4th inning between Waverly and Beatrice. Here's this one, swung on, popped high into the middle infield, and the shortstop ranges over and collects it for out number 2. So 2 outs now in the bottom of the 4th, and after the leadoff single, the next 2 guys are retired. Reeson on the sack, he did his job on the sacrifice bunt, and then Weichel flies out to the shortstop on the right side of second base. Now Cook comes up to bat. He walked, ended up advancing to second base on a balk, and then came around to score back in the 3rd inning. So top of the order for Beatrice, with Walter standing on second base. Righty on righty matchup. Miller kicks and fires, and first one is up out of the zone, ball 1. It looked like for a moment Brennan Miller was going to be taken out of this game, or was on a path to be taken out of this game, but he's settled in, and he's down in the count 2-0 to the hitter, Cale Cook. Cook started the game for Beatrice, finished his day 2 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 5 earned runs, and 3 walks. The 2-0 pitch, low and away for a ball, 3-0. Three balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Cale Cook ahead in the count 3-0. And it was ball 4. So 2 straight walks now for Cale Cook. We'll see if he gets to score this time around as the second hitter in the Beatrice lineup comes up to hit. And he had the big RBI double last inning that allowed Cale Cook to score. And that is Colin Magnol. So Walters at second, Cook at first, Magnol in at the box. Lefty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch. Inside corner for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here, bottom of the 4th inning. Feels like a pivotal moment of what could be for Beatrice. Up and away, ball 1. Brennan Miller still working with a decent pace. Walter at second. Swung on, hit well towards right center field. And it's going to be down for a hit in the gap. Around third is Walter. He will score. Cook rounding third. He will also score. And how about Colin Magnol as he gets an RBI double last inning. And here in the 4th, it's a 2 RBI triple to pull Beatrice within 1 at 5-4. So Walter is able to score from second. Cook is able to score from first. And now coming up to the plate is going to be Austin Baldwin. It is 5-4 Waverly. They've seen their 5-run lead diminish to now just 1 after Beatrice puts up 2 in the third and now 2 in the fourth. Miller has started 2-0 to Austin Baldwin. Magnol is still at third base. The pitch swung on, fouled off to the left side, 2-1. Baldwin with a triple last time up in the third inning. Swung on, hit left side. That one stays fair to long throw, and it's over the head of the first baseman. Baldwin around first. He will get to second. He's going to keep on trotting to third. The throw from the right foul line is not in time, and Baldwin, what looked to be a somewhat routine ground ball off of an errant throw from the third baseman, Russell, goes over the head of the first baseman, Sampson, and he trots all the way around second to third. And in that process, Magnol scores, and we have a tie ball game in the bottom of the fourth. They're going to mark that as an error. That is an E5 on Austin Baldwin. He gets all the way to third on that. And as I mentioned, Mangle scores from third. So Beatrice in after allowing 2 runs in the first and 3 in the second. They have allowed 2 in the third and 3 in the fourth. And we have a tie ball game 5-5. And Beatrice all of a sudden is out hitting the Waverly Vikings 6-5. These 3 runs have all come with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth inning here. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Jobman. He got hit by a pitch last time up, and now he gets hit again. And so Jobman will walk on down and grab it at first base. Courtesy runner is Russell, as usual. He stole second base back in the third inning, but it looks like we're going to have a mound visit, and Brennan Miller's day is complete. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back in 90 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
So Brennan Miller's day is done. 3 2/3 innings, 6 hits allowed, 5 earned runs. And Beatrice still has runners on the corners, and those are the responsibility of Brennan Miller. So new pitcher on for Waverly is number 8, Owen Schieffer. Schieffer on the season, a senior, 4-0 with a 2.71 earned run average. We got a brand new ball game. It's 5-5. Runners on the corners. Trey Henning, who has 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts today, is up to bat. Russell, the courtesy runner, is at first base. He stole second. Last time here he goes again, and he will slide on in with no issue. Russell thought it was a foul ball. So Russell thought it was a foul ball and started walking back to first base. And Waverly, just fortunately enough, didn't see that he was off the bag. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. So runners at second and third. A base hit could give Beatrice a 2-run lead. Schieffer delivers the 1-1. Swung on, fouled off to the right side. It's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Swung on and missed. And Owen Schieffer comes in and slams the door as he gets Trey Henning down swinging for out number 3. But the damage was done, and Beatrice has come back to tie this one up. 5-5 your score here. And we enter the top of the 5th inning from Warner Park. You're listening to State Baseball on 93.7 The Ticket.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
We enter the top of the 5th inning. Trevin Lang still out there for Beatrice, and why not? He's come in and slammed the door as Waverly had things going against Cale Cook, the starter, through 2 innings of work, and then Trevin Lang comes in at the top of the 3rd and has put up 2 zeros against the Vikings. So here he comes once again. It's 5-5, and the first pitch of the 5th inning is in there for a strike to number 1, the designated hitter, Nolan Maz. The pitch from Lang to Maz, swung on, hit high into left field. Plenty of room for the left fielder who keeps on drifting back, but then he drops it, and Maz will stroll into second base as the leadoff hitter is on second base, and I believe they will mark that as a hit. So a leadoff double for Nolan Maz. And that brings up the second baseman, number 7, Zach Shawang. Shawang, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. The first one is outside, missed by a mile, 1-0. One ball, no strikes, nobody out here, top of the 5th. Waverly trying to regain the lead. First baseman is inside the cut of grass. Third baseman playing with the bag at third. And the 1-0 pitch is outside for a ball, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody out. 5-5 your score, 6 hits apiece for each side. Lang, his pitch, 3-0. Beatrice doesn't have any arms going in the bullpen, but there are a couple of Orangemen sitting out there in the center field bullpen. Trevin Lang, the righty. Schwang, the righty hitter. 3-0 pitch. And that works itself back to the plate. It's 3-1. Winner of this one gets Norris on Monday. The loser faces off against Lincoln Northwest on Monday morning as well. Those will be played at Papillion La Vista South. As Schwang hits this one, shallow right field, coming on as the right fielder. It will not be deep enough for a tag-up opportunity at second base, and so Schwang is retired for out number 1 on the F9. Number 19, Zach McElhose comes in. McElhose was walked his last time up to the plate. He then stole second, but was out at third on a force-out play. 1 out here, top of the 5th inning. 5-5 your score. Breaking ball and swung on and missed by McElhose, 0-1. Trevin Lang trying to work around a leadoff double. Frankly, a ball that probably should have been caught in left field. Lang looks back, fires. This one hit shallow right field once again. Coming on is the right fielder. No tag at second. And that is out number 2. Bringing up Garrett Ryan. Ryan hitting 9th in the Waverly lineup today. Ryan is 1 for 1. He singled back in the second and walked in the third. 2 outs. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike here to Garrett Ryan. Lang fires. That one's in there for a strike as well, 1-2. Lang comes set at the letters. Here's home, and it's inside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lang has this slider that he likes to work back to the plate. Work it. Started off the plate. 2 balls. Swung on. That is strike 2. Scoreboard had it incorrect, but 2-2 now with 2 outs. 5-5 your score. Lang fires, and it goes behind Ryan. And he's got another full count. He walked on this count back in the 3rd inning. Trevin Lang comes set. The payoff pitch with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. And it hits the inside corner for strike 3 as Trevin Lang has had 3 scoreless innings in relief. And Beatrice has a chance to take their first lead of the day if they can get something cooking in the bottom half of the 5th inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Your score, Waverly 5, Beatrice 5, here on 93.7 The Ticket.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to MWRbuildingandfence.com.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Nick Sander back with you. This thing has gotten interesting as we are in the bottom of the fifth inning. 5-5 your score. And the first hit batter of the bottom of the fifth for Beatrice is the second baseman, number 3, Luke Hamilton. Hamilton he is 0 for 2 today. He reached on an error back in the second, struck out in the third, and here he has a 1-1 count. The 1-1 pitch, a little too high, 2-1. Brennan Miller was the starting pitcher for Waverly. He exited the game after 3 2/3 of work. Owen Schieffer has checked in as this one's hit high into left field off the bat of Hamilton. The left fielder is there to retire Hamilton for out number 1 on the F7. So that now brings up Gage Wolter, who got the scoring started in the 4th inning. He had that leadoff single up the middle back in the 4th. He then scored from second a couple of batters later. Schieffer, the righty, against Wolter, the lefty. First pitch is up and away for a ball, 1-0. One-0 pitch, fouled back to the netting, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning. Wolter takes low and inside, ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, make it 3 balls and 1 strike. (3-1) Owen Schieffer. On the mound, Gage Wolter in the batter's box, and he takes strike 2 across the heart of the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes coming up to number 36 from Beatrice, Gage Wolter. Started the day at first base, now is the designated hitter. And it's up and away for a ball, and Wolter will walk on down to first base. So a 1-out walk to Gage Wolter brings up the center fielder, John Rising. Rising sacrificed his at-bat last time up in the 4th inning to bunt Wolter over. That time it was with 0 outs. This time Wolter's on first with 1 out, so would be surprised if we saw that. But Rising takes strike 1, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike as Schieffer comes set at the belt. Looks to first, fires. This one's grounded to shortstop. Could be 2 if they're quick with it. They throw to second for 1, and the throw on to first is not in time, but they get the lead runner at second for out number 2. So it was 6-4 on the put out for out number 2, and on the fielder's choice, Rising reaches first base. So 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. And coming up to bat, the 9-hitter in the Beatrice Orangemen lineup, the 3rd baseman, number 4, Ty Weichel. Weichel, 0 for 2, had a nice line drive, but it was caught by the center fielder, Tomes, back in the 3rd inning. He then flew out to the shortstop, just to the right of second base in the 4th. Here he steps in with a runner on first base, 2 outs, 1-0 is the count. Schieffer comes set, looks back at first base, and fires. The runner goes. This one hit well into center field. Tomes is there. He stops, and he reaches his glove up in the air, plucks it out of midair, and that will do it for the bottom of the 5th inning. Your score after 5 innings of play, Waverly 5 and Beatrice 5. We head to the top of the 6th inning. We're all knotted up here as Trevin Lang takes the mound once again. For Waverly in the top half of the 6th inning, it is the top of their order. Tomes, Olkey, and Russell all due up for the Vikings here in just a moment on 93.7 The Ticket.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Welcome back into Warner Park. Nick Sainert with you. 5-5 is your score. As Vikings got 2 runs in the first 3 in the top of the second. Then the Orangemen responded with 2 in the bottom of the third and 3 in the bottom of the fourth. 2 zeros put up, 1 for each side in the fifth. And here we are in the top of the 6th inning with Hunter Tomes, who takes strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and fouled off to the left side and hits the window in the suites. 0-2. Trevin Lang, 3 scoreless innings in relief of Cale Cook, and Tome strikes out swinging on a fastball on the outside part of the plate for out number 1. And so now that brings up the shortstop, number 3, Landon Olkey, 309 hitter on the season, hitting from the right side. Trevin Lang, right-handed thrower, out of the windup. Fires home, and that one almost hits Olkey, but Olkey bounces out of the way, and Jerry Dittenberg down at the third base side is beside himself on how Olkey didn't let that one just hit him. He had to give more of an effort to get out of the way of it, as this one now hit hard in the 5-6 hole and into left field, so no harm, no foul. Olkey's like, dude, I got a base hit. We're all good, as Olkey trots over to first with the 1-out single. So now the meat of the lineup, 3, 4, 5 hitters as Eli Russell comes up to the plate. Russell is 0 for 2. He struck out in the first and the fourth inning. He walked and ended up scoring in the second. So Olkey is at first base. Olkey had that RBI triple back in the first inning now with that single. Here's the first pitch to Russell. Hit really well out to left center field. The center fielder ranging over, and Reeson's able to grab it just shy of the warning track in left center as Russell put a really good ride into that one. But a great job by Reeson, who struggled today tracking the ball out there in center field. But nonetheless, Reeson's able to collect it for out number 2. And that brings up the cleanup hitter, Bruin Sampson. Sampson had himself a nice day as well, a couple of deep flyouts, but then also that RBI double back in the second, as the first pitch is blown away for a ball, 1-0. So Olkey's at first. Bruin Sampson, with the flow coming out of the helmet, stands in the right-handed batter's box. The pitch in the dirt, good block behind the dish by Jobman, as he makes it 2-0. Here at Warner Park, sun's kind of tucked away behind some clouds as Lang fires the 2-0 pitch, low and away for a ball, 3-0. Standing in the on-deck circle is number 11, Drew Cook. Cook, the catcher, is 1 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch and then singled. But now Sampson gets drilled on the left arm. And it looks like Trevin Lang's day may be done. As Dittenberg comes over, talks to a couple of his players. They may pinch run for Olkey. And it looks like they will. So Olkey will be pinch ran for. They're going to bring in Carson Malcolm. Malcolm, the freshman. Olkey will obviously be able to re-enter the ball game at shortstop next half inning. One re-entry. They haven't made the signal to the bullpen yet. Trevin Lang still put up 3 scoreless innings. This is the first time that he's really had some traffic on the base paths. So once again, Malcolm comes into pinch run for Olkey. So now Malcolm will occupy second base, while Sampson is at first. And now they're also going to pinch run number 13, Logan Klopek, for Bruin Sampson. So Trevin Lang still in the game. Klopek is at first. Malcolm is at second. And stepping in to hit is number 11, Drew Cook. Righty on righty matchup. Trevin Lang fires, and it's way outside for a ball, 1-0. So Trevin Lang came in after Cale Cook only went 2 innings. One ball, no strikes. Here's Lang, his pitch. Gets past the catcher. And so both runners will advance 90 feet. That takes any force opportunity other than the one at first out of play. And we've seen Jobman really struggle at just catching the ball behind home plate. So now Drew Cook has runners at second and third with 2 outs. It's a 2-0 count. We have seen Lang go to his slider, sometimes on the inner half in these types of counts. It's been pretty effective for him, but we'll see if Cook can pick up on it. As the 2-0 pitch, it works itself on that slider back on the inner half for a strike, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here, top of the 6th inning from Warner. 5-5 your score between Waverly and Beatrice. The pitch swung on, hit well. That will score 2 as Cook is able to get it in the left center gap. The throw home is not going to be in time. And Drew Cook with a clutch 2 RBI double. And Waverly is back on top, 7-5. And so the Waverly Vikings finally, after 3 innings, 3 2/3 innings, get to Trevin Lang. And it's Drew Cook, the catcher, number 11, the junior, with a nice piece out to left center field. It's going to be categorized as a single, and then he advanced on the throw home from the center fielder. Advanced on the throw home from the center fielder. But most importantly, Waverly is back out on top. 7-5 here in the top of the 6th. Nolan Maas now up to bat. The first pitch of the AB is outside, ball 1 to the designated hitter. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs. And the throw is behind Nolan Maas for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 6th. Hit right up the middle, and this will score. Cook from second, and Waverly keeps on adding. They now lead 8-5 here in the top of the sixth inning off the RBI single from Nolan Maz. He took a 2-0 fastball right back where it came from and hit it right up the middle to extend the Vikings lead. That'll be all for Trevin Lang, who had a really nice outing up until the top of the sixth here with 2 outs when he had to deal with Drew Cook. But nonetheless, the Waverly Vikings, after leading 5-0 going into the bottom of the third, they then allowed 5 runs from Beatrice, tied it up. They had a scoreless fifth inning, but it finally broken back through here in the sixth with a 3 spot, and they're not done yet. Let's step aside, come back in 60 seconds, as it looks like Gage Wolter is going to be coming in and doing the pitching for the Beatrice Orangemen to try to get them out of the sixth inning jam. We'll step aside, come right back in a few minutes on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
So now Beatrice will turn to Gage Wolter to try to get them out of the jam here in the top of the sixth inning. He will inherit a runner on first base. That runner still the responsibility of Trevin Lang. And although you're going to look back at this from a 5,000-foot view and see that Trevin Lang gave up 3 runs in the top of the sixth that ultimately gave Waverly the lead right back at 8-5, man, after a disappointing start from Cale Cook, he allowed 5 runs in 2 innings of work, 2 in the first and 3 in the second. Trevin Lang came in out of the bullpen with his 2.46 earned run average and gave you 3 2/3 of scoreless baseball. As Wolter's first pitch is swung on and missed from Zach Shawang for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the sixth. First, second pitch is fouled off at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. So the runner on first, Nolan Maz, who had that RBI single up the gut, is still the responsibility of Trevin Lang. Wolter's the lefty. Fires at home, and strike 3. It took 3 pitches as Wolter is trying to pump up the guys in the dugout, but the damage has been done. Waverly has broken out in front, 8-5. They lead off of the nice double, RBI double from Drew Cook, and then an RBI single from Nolan Maz. As we head to the bottom of the sixth inning, it's 8-5 Waverly when we come back.
Have a passion for the outdoors? Nebraska Game and Parks is seeking seasonal teammates. Work in scenic state parks, contribute to vital research projects, and care for our natural spaces. Seasonal staff assist with special events, provide customer service to outdoor enthusiasts, and make a difference for conservation. Join the adventure at outdoornebraska.gov. Apply online today.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station. Drinking and driving causes serious harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. In 2021, 65 people were killed in Nebraska by a car crash involving a drunk driver. Do not drink and drive. By drinking less, you can still be here for your loved ones. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
So the stat line is finally closed on Trevin Lang for Beatrice. 3 2/3 of relief work, 4 hits allowed, 3 strikeouts, no walks, but 3 earned runs to Trevin Lang's credit. Now, flipping the script for the Waverly Vikings, Owen Schieffer still into the game for the Vikes. As the first pitch to Cale Cook, the leadoff batter, is a ball low and away 1-0. Cook today 0 for 1. He has back-to-back walks in the third and the fourth inning, but then he flew out in the first as that foul ball hits the press box window. 1 ball, 1 strike coming up to Cale Cook. The 1-1 offering is outside, 2-1. It'll be Cook, Mangal, and Baldwin due up here in this bottom of the 6th for Beatrice. 2 balls, 2 strikes after Cook whiffs on the 2-1 heater. And that makes it 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bottom of the 6th, Owen Schieffer in relief of Brennan Miller. As it's strike 3, Cale Cook watches it on the inner part of the plate, and he walks back to the dugout in disbelief as there's 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. So Colin Magnol coming in now. He's had himself a nice couple of at-bats here as he watches strike 1 come across Broadway, but he struck out looking back in the first, then has an RBI double in the third and an RBI triple in the fourth as he tries to surprise the defense with a drag bunt, unable to get it down, and that is quickly putting him in the hole 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Schieffer fires home, and that one almost clipped Mangal, but he gets out of the way, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch is just outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Didn't miss by much. And Mangal quickly back into the left-handed batter's box. Here comes the pitch. Hit on, swung on. It's going to bounce foul. We'll do it again at 2-2. So Owen Schieffer came in with 2 outs in the 4th inning. He shut them down after Brennan Miller gave them 3 runs in the 4th inning. Shut them down for the remainder of the 4th and then had a scoreless 5th. Now, here's Mangal, hits it out well to shallow right center field, but the right fielder is there to make the catch as McElhose came in with Hunter Tomes alongside him for out number 2. Brings up Austin Baldwin, the shortstop. He flew out to center his first time up, but then had a triple and a single back in the 3rd and 4th innings, respectively. The winner of this one gets Norris on Monday. The loser gets Lincoln Northwest. As the first pitch of the at-bat almost hits Baldwin, but he jumps out of the way, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. As Schieffer can't find the strike zone on the 1-0 fastball, it's 2-0. On deck is Jobman, the catcher. He singled back in the 2nd, then has had a hit by pitch his last 2 at-bats. As Baldwin swings through the 2-0 fastball, 2-1. Schieffer's 2-1, swung on and missed, 2-2. Feels like the momentum has firmly swayed back in the favor of Waverly. They had it early on after putting up 2 runs in the first and 3 in the second, but then Beatrice took it back to their credit as the 2-2 offering is low and away for a ball, 3-2. But now, after that 2-out base knock by Drew Cook last inning in the top of the 6th, Waverly feels like they have control, but a 2-out walk may get some things brewing here as Baldwin draws that 5-pitch walk. Noah Jobman is stepping up to the plate. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th here. Jobman on the season, .322 average, 7 long balls. With Baldwin at first base. He's off with the pitch. They'll throw down to second, and it is not in time. Into center field, the ball goes, and now Baldwin tries to go for third, and he will be in standing up. So he gets 180 feet of real estate, and Jobman has a chance to cut into this Waverly 3-run lead. No balls, 1 strike here to the catcher for Beatrice. Swung on, fouled back, and he's in the hole 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Schieffer, swung on, and it's barely curving foul. As we'll get another crack at it, 0-2. Oh-2 pitch, swung on and thrown foul to the right side. Oh-2 pitch, swung on, and it's off the hands. Foul once again. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat. 3 straight foul balls here for Noah Jobman. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled high. Back towards the press box. And we'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 8-5 your score. Waverly out in front by 3. Owen Schieffer in relief. Fires the 0-2. And it's just off the inside corner. Waverly started to walk back to the dugout. But the home plate umpire called it ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Schieffer. Fouled off into the dugout, snagged with by a player wearing a glove in the third base dugout. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. A runner currently stands on third base. And that is Austin Baldwin, who stole second, but then advanced on an errant throw from the catcher that bounced into center field. The pitch, swung, fouled off again to the left side, and we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, Beatrice loving the effort here and fight from Noah Jobman. Schieffer, the 1-2, and it hits him. It hits Noah Jobman as he started to swing, but then it pulled it back, and it hit the right arm of Noah Jobman for the 3rd straight at-bat. So Jobman will come out. Russell will be the courtesy runner. Russell has stolen second both times that he has been in. So now it's time for Trey Henning, who is 0 for 3 today. flew out to the right fielder, flew out to the third baseman, and then struck out swinging to end the fourth. While he had a couple of runners in scoring position. Schieffer, the right-handed thrower, lifts the leg. There goes Russell, swung on and missed, and he will steal second safely. So now a very similar situation as to what Beatrice had in the fourth, where Russell was on second, Baldwin was on third, and Henning is up to bat with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch, swung on, skied high. This should end the inning as the second baseman is under it and is able to haul it in for out number 3. And Owen Schieffer is able to put a 0 up on the scoreboard after Beatrice started to threaten with 2 outs. So that'll do it for the 6th inning of play. We head to the top of the 7th with your score Waverly 8 and Beatrice 5 here on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Nick Sander back with you from Warner Park here in Omaha as Waverly leads by 3 after putting up 3 runs in the top of the 6th inning to take an 8-5 advantage. We do have a pinch hitter as McElhose will be taken out. Number 15, James Schmidt will be the pinch hitter for McElhose here in the top of the 7th. Schmidt is the courtesy runner, or was listed as the courtesy runner for Drew Cook, the catcher, but now Schmidt comes in as a pinch hitter. The 1-0 pitch is fouled back, 1-1. One ball, one strike. Here's the pitch from Walter. Curveball that didn't curve down, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out here, top of the 7th inning. Walter comes set, hands high, and he bounces it about 10 feet out in front of home plate for ball 3. Pretty sure that bounced near the grass on the cut. 3 balls, 1 strike. Gage Walter comes set, takes a breath, lifts the right leg, and fires with the left arm, and he walks him. So Schmidt comes in, and he gets walked. The number 5, Garrett Ryan, the left fielder, now up. He is the 9th hitter in the Waverly lineup. Walter, the pitch. They try to bunt it. He bunts it right back at the pitcher. Walter can't come up with it. Now fires it over to first, and he does so in time for out number 1. For a moment there, Walter didn't look like he was going to be able to grab it at all. I know he wanted to get to second base, but he rushed himself, and he had to just settle for the throw to first base, which is honestly fine after bobbling that pitch, or bobbling that ball, excuse me. So now runner at second base, and Hunter Tomes the top of the Waverly lineup. The pitch to Tomes, lefty on lefty matchup is fouled back. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch from Walter. Up and away, ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Walter fires, and that pitch is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hunter Tomes. Tomes, his feet are across the chalk. This one poked out to shortstop. It's caught, and they double him up at second base as Schmidt started to extend once that pitch went home. And after Tomes just plucked it to the shortstop, he caught it on a line, and he touched the bag to double up Schmidt at second base for out number 3. So now it's time for the bottom of the 7th. It looks like we have a change at pitcher. Number 2, Bruin Sampson will sub in and take the mound to close out the Orangemen in the bottom half of the 7th inning. We'll step aside, come back in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de The Alzheimer's Association y The Ad Council.
Nick Sander back with you. We have a new pitcher in the form of Bruin Sampson. Bruin comes in to close out. They need 3 final outs as the 1-0 pitch is fouled back. It's 1 ball, 1 strike now to Hamilton. Number 3, Luke Hamilton, the starting second baseman, hitting 185 on the year. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 8-5, Waverly leads. The pitch, low and inside, ball 2. The grounder to the pitcher covering, and here we go. 1 out on the 1-3 putout off of the bat of Luke Hamilton. So quickly 1 up, 1 down here for out number 1. And that brings up Gage Walter. Walter came in to pitch for Beatrice, did so relatively well. Here, Walter at the plate as the now as the pitcher, I suppose. Struck out looking back in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, and walked back in the 5th. First pitch to Walter is low and in for a ball, 1-0. Walter, a lefty. Bruin Sampson, who's had himself quite the day at the plate, is a righty thrower. Sampson fires in a 1-0 fastball for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Swung on, Walter grounds it to the second baseman, fielded cleanly, fires over to first in plenty of time for out number 2. So the Vikings are 1 out away from taking care of business and setting up a date with the Norris Titans. Just 7 pitches so far this inning for Bruin Sampson. The first pitch of the at-bat swung on and fouled. 0-1. Nice job starting on top if you are Bruin Sampson here. John Reesing, the batter in the batter's box. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning, 8-5 Waverly. The front door breaking ball is in there for a strike. 0-2, 1 strike away for the Vikings. Sampson from the windup. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And there's strike 3. It is a drop third strike. They'll tag Reesing, and the Vikings, in just 10 pitches, Bruin Sampson able to shut down the Orangemen in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the Vikings are 1-0. They defeat the Beatrice Orangemen 8-5, and they will face off against the Norris Titans on Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. For the Beatrice Orangemen, they fall to 0-1 in the state tournament, and they face off against the Lincoln Northwest Falcons on Monday at 10 a.m. Those games will be played at Papillion La Vista South. That'll do it for us for now. We'll go ahead and step aside. We may have a conversation with an assistant coach from Waverly in just a moment, getting further clarification on that one. But no, either way, we'll bring it back here in just a couple of short minutes as Waverly gets the 8-5 victory over the Beatrice Orangemen. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
3 feet. I'm Trooper Ollie with the Nebraska State Patrol. Oftentimes, 3 feet is all we have when working on the side of the road. When you come across an emergency vehicle working roadside, Nebraska law requires drivers to move over or slow down if you can't move over. For all of us who perform our jobs on the road, help us out and move over. This message is presented by the Nebraska State Patrol and the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Early break with Sip and Shake.
You guys talk about songs that you love. Is there a song that you absolutely loathe in this world?
Oh, there is, and I can't think of them right.
I'm just picking Ozzy Osbourne song.
I despise with all my being Benny and the Jets by Elton John. I hate that song. Jersey Mike's or Chick-fil-A.
Chick is good. Jersey Mike's, I'm going to say it'd be
Come
90.
on. Oh, come on.
90.
Bill.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Welcome back into Warner Park. Appreciate Ben back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios for pushing all the buttons this morning. Great stuff from everybody involved today, as it was a really good day of baseball. We saw Norris control from start to finish over the Lincoln Northwest Falcons. They win 13-2 in game one of the day. Game two was a lot closer and a lot more competitive as Beatrice looked to be out of it. But down 5-0, they come all the way back, tie it up 5-5, and they will advance. The Vikings of Waverly advance to play Norris on Monday at 4 p.m., while Beatrice falls to 0-1 in the tournament, and they will play Lincoln Northwest on Monday at 10 a.m. That'll do it for us from Warner Park. Appreciate everybody tuning in wherever you may be. We are out of here until Monday at 10 a.m. State baseball resumes from Warner Park. You can guess it, we'll be on 93.7 The Ticket live right at 10 o'clock to bring you all of that action here, wherever you're listening from, whether it's the FM dial, the mobile app, theticketfm.com, or even on the video streams, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or Allo Channel 961. Once again, thanks to Ben back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. Your final score, once again, in Class B action, Waverly, the 5 seed, defeats the 4 seed Beatrice, 8-5 here at Warner Park. And you heard it all right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert saying so long, and we'll talk to you on Monday morning at 10 a.m.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial